All right, Loz, it's obviously not the start of the season that you were hoping for. How's the vibe within the group and how are you hoping to bounce back this week?
Yeah, obviously disappointed with our inconsistency in the contest in Perth, and I think there's some more really strong learnings, and yeah, certainly really disappointed, and the whole group is very disappointed. And then the beautiful thing about footy and just finishing round 4 is it's a 12-week season, and we hope for it to be more than that, and we get an opportunity to play here at Alberton and have a real crack at the Ds here on Saturday.
You had a similar start to the season, I suppose, last year as well, and then you went on to have a really good run and then a good run into finals. Is that something that you're focusing on as a group, or are you just looking inwards at the moment?
I think there's been many reflections from last season which are valuable, and then at the same time we have a different group right in this moment, and many who played in that run last year. And so I think it's important to tap into the valuable stuff from last year, and understanding that we were 1 and 3 at this point of the season last season also, and we have earned the right to have a harder fixture this year. And what a beautiful thing. I think our team is better, and every club in this competition would expect to be better than they were last year. And so it's really my role to help the players find the best versions of themselves coming into Saturday.
And whilst the overall team performance was a little bit disappointing against the Eagles, we had some really strong performances in Sachi San shooting an 18 disposal game, and so did Ash Woodland with 19. Were you really impressed with a couple of individual efforts last week?
Yeah, I think while as a whole group we're certainly disappointed in our consistency across the 4 quarters, but yeah, I think Sachi's certainly one to talk about right now. And that's a kid who was 17 years old when she first came to the footy club as a Port Adelaide player, and still finishing year 12. So to be in her 4th season here, and it's genuine that she's a senior player in this football team, and to see her step up as she has, moving sort of halfway through last year to the back line, and I think she's currently number 2 in the comp for intercepts, is something to be really proud of for herself, and something I'm really proud of her as well. And Ash is, last year we saw her back into the season, or sort of halfway through the season, start to play minutes on ball, but mostly as a forward, and to come into this year and still split time mid-forward and have a couple of games now where she's been largely mid, there's some real growth there for her. And yeah, I think there's some really good growth in individuals around the both of them. Those are 2 that really stood up in Perth.
And Melbourne are coming into this weekend undefeated. How are you preparing for that contest?
I think you prepare as you normally would, and understand the next 4 out of the next 4 games that we play in this competition, 3 of them are here at Alberton. And so I encourage our fans to come and really get around us, as they always do on Saturday. And our group absolutely loves playing here at Alberton, and I'm really excited for what Saturday can bring. And there's a very determined group who really want to turn around the inconsistencies of Sunday in Perth.
And we've had a bit of a look at the injury list with Shane Hammond is going out with a finger injury, and Lauren Young sustained a concussion. Are you sort of looking at shuffling the magnets a little bit, and is Matilda okay off the back of the Eagles clash? Yeah,
obviously we saw Tilds had a dislocated finger very, very early in the game, and I think played a role reasonably well for the remainder. And Hamo unfortunately has gone through such a lengthy rehab with her ankle, and it was another who had it badly. We didn't realise how badly broken her finger was early in that game, and played it out. And I think most would have seen she had a role on Ella Roberts, and Tegan Jermack helped out with that when Roberts was forward. But to keep a player like Ella Roberts to 24, and 20 of those were handballs, we're so disappointed for Hamo, and we'll gather around her, because obviously that's surgery that's going to impact some of her year that remains. So that's a tough one, and yeah, I think it creates an exciting opportunity for whoever comes back into the team.